Pardon me. Sheep. Meh. Well, what a wet and miserable day. Oh well, onwards. So, what am I doing? I'm just out for my daily. Just having a bit of fun. I've got my shocks on, so listening to podcasts. And I'll maybe be out for an hour or so. I don't know. But either way, it's yeah, this is a daily thing for me now. Been experimenting with a harder tyre pressure, which has obviously changed my rolling resistance and it's made things a lot faster. But obviously I've lost that little bit of comfort and potentially some grip. So I've got to be careful. And the chest mount seems to be working okay. It's a lot more comfortable than putting it on my head. We'll wait for the green. There we go. So, where do we stand today? I don't know really. It's bloody cold and wet. But I'm still doing my dailies. Obviously I don't record every single one of them because that would get very boring for you and for me. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. So the old bike needs a good clean as it's caked. If I clean it, it gets caked in mud. So sometimes I'm just doing the essentials really. So, which way shall I go? I might go up to Peakirk. So it's a slightly different route than my normal one. We do have some marked cycle routes around here. So we're at the top of the Green Wheel, which, if you know Peterborough, sort of covers part of the north and western side of Peterborough. I've not actually ridden that whole route yet, but I will do in the summer. I think there's a few good pubs on that route. And roll and brake. Oh yeah. I do like these hydraulic brakes. I feel like if I still had cable brakes, as simple as they are, the performance I get and the actual hard work I need to put into pulling the brakes is no longer fun. I like to acknowledge when people have given me a bit of space. They will say, All cyclists are the same and they're terrible people. But there was this one who said thank you. It is of course heavy coat day. And when you get the fens, you get all this big flat open space. Great when it's not windy, but it can catch you off guard, and you can be a bit like a sail. Yeah, this is the village of Peakirk. Thankfully you don't get too many cars along here. It's quite pleasant, particularly in the summer. And yeah, I'll do that shoulder check to make sure no one's overtaking me when I'm about to move out. The trick is, don't trust anyone. Don't trust anyone to do the right thing, and you'll be fine. Somewhere around here was the old wildfowl centre. I think it's all very much gone now. But if you went to school around here, you would have been taken to go and look at the ducks and birds and things. Thank you. That was pointless. So where are we? We're right near the railway line. Somewhere up here is a right turn, which takes us to Thorney. And roll down the hill. I am enjoying this harder pressure in the tyres though. It does seem to work well for these sort of just road riding. So, Northborough. Road ahead closed. Not Deeping Gate. Let's go to Deeping Gate. I've got fuel in my bag. I've got water. I've got my lock. We'll be fine. Never ever truly bonked out. I'm not far from home. Someone can come get me. But that's not going to happen. There is footpaths heading the way I need to go, but I think that'd be very foolhardy. It's all thick with mud. But I'm enjoying the cruise. It is genuinely quite nice. Sheep! Meh. And it's starting to rain. Wonderful. I knew that was going to happen anyway. Got a coat on. Like I say, I'm not far from home, so let's go left. I don't think this is necessarily longer than my normal rides, but I tend to do loops and loops and loops when I do a ride at home. I'll take a left. I think this takes me back towards Linton. I think. But left anyway, I need to go. The speed thing clocked me at 16. Oh, I'm against the wind. Fun. Oh, it's all hard work. It's all converting fat into muscle, I suppose. So that is a cycle path on the left. It doesn't seem like there's any actual point to it. Slow down for a break. Yeah. I'm now north of Glinton. I know that now. I've been along this road before. So I can go kind of direct, follow this road, or somewhere along here I can take a left, follow a back road, the back road, and yeah, this is a cycle path, remember, so I'm taking my time on this a little bit. I've sort of made myself a bit out of breath back there. It's fighting against the wind. Oh, yes. Last time I came along here, the path which I think I'm going to take was slightly flooded. The river's quite high. Although this isn't considered fenland, it's very similar. It's all very flat. Well, at least it's not considered part of the fens, should I say. But it's very flat. Lots of floodplains and things. Parts of it is designed to flood, so that the residential areas don't. And obviously the farmland gets very waterlogged. Thank you. Popular with dog walkers along here. Possibly popular with doggers later on, I don't know. I don't have mud guards. I can feel water on my bum. I think it's all going right up my back. Oh well, it's only water. I'm actually fairly warm now, so slightly cooling. So when I was here before, this bit was flooded on the left. So we're going to Glinton now. Oh, it's a bit of a ghost shift. Yeah, all that is jumping. Why is that jumping? Let's change gear. I think my drivetrain is quite muddy and messy at the moment. Maybe that's what it is. Bit of lube, bit of cleaning up. Should be a good one. Did I come up here on one of my old bikes? Feel like it was much harder work last time. I think it might have been. So we're back in Glinton now. Pardon me. I don't think I've properly stopped actually on the way. There's the church. I had a walk in there in one of my previous videos. It's not a bad little bit of road. It does get busier a bit further up, but it's only briefly. I need to worry about that. So this is a bike path on the left. I'm going to take it. Again, I don't feel like I need to, on a segregated path, I don't feel inclined to have to push my pace further than what I'm comfortable with. I'm fairly comfortable at speed, don't get me wrong, but it's sustaining that pace which I find hard work. A few hundred meters and my lungs can't seem to give enough. But the body is willing, but the engine just runs out of puff. Curiously, if I had an e-bike, I'd be limited to 15 miles an hour anyway. So in some ways, I don't think an e-bike would necessarily help me that much. He says as he comes up to a bridge which has a climb. But I think I've said this on previous rides. If you're not fussed about pace and just use your gears, you'll have no problem climbing. Although if you're a racer, don't take my advice. I'm sort of nearly on the home straight. I also don't know how much is left on my camera battery, so you may disappear suddenly. And I didn't bother bringing any spares with me, because why not? Why? Apart from talking to myself, that is. I'm not doing anything exciting. And you'll argue that talking to myself isn't exactly exciting either. I'm certainly back on home territory, so and then I'm just going to have a roll. Just seeing a van there taking astroturf. If that's in someone's garden, that is an absolute crime. In my Britain, it would be banned. I hate it. Maybe with provision for sports centres and facilities, but home gardens, no. It's just wrong. I hate it. It kills the wildlife, messes up your drainage, and I think some of them actually release toxic fumes when they're hot. Not what you want in your garden. I mean, let it grow and mow it every now and then maybe, but I blame a lot of developers for that crap as well. They don't build houses and put in proper grass. They'll lay down astroturf, which sucks. So I noticed I do a lot is I keep changing my hand positions. It's not that I'm uncomfortable. I'm just a bit obsessive compulsive. I could go into a lot of detail about my OCD. Oh. Been living with it for years really. I've never been diagnosed, but... And... what else? I don't know. I think it's a good time to stop talking and call this one a day. Thanks for listening to my weird rambling. I don't know what it is. Just me talking to myself. Anyway, bye for now. Oh yeah. Could someone explain to me the zone 1, zone 2, zone 3 stuff? I'm going to try to understand it, but I think I need the idiot's guide. Sheep! Meh.